Howdy, and welcome to LeeReads, where I talk about the books I've been reading and enjoying lately. Today's video is a small haul of some of the physical books that I have purchased recently. A few videos ago, I mentioned that I was going to a book signing. While I was at that bookstore, I picked up a couple of books, but I've also been trying to take advantage of events such as 25% off pre-orders and 25% off hardbacks. And several months ago, I was able to get a slot in the adult fairy loot box. So I have just a couple of books that I would like to show you. Some of them I have read already, and if I have, I'll mention a couple words about it. After my previous unhaul, when I went to the used bookstore, I was able to accumulate enough store credit, and I just got lucky that they had this book, so I was finally able to get a hardback copy of Words of Radiance, Book 2 in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. Of the 4 books that are out in the series so far, I have the other 3 in hardback already. When this one came out, I bought it on ebook so that I could read it right away, I guess. Never bought the hardback, but now I have it, and I'm excited about that because it so far is my favorite in the series. Then at that book event that I mentioned, it was actually for a signing of Spare Man by Mary Robinette Kowal, which, as you can see, I've started reading. I'm not super far into it yet. Mary Robinette Kowal wrote the Calculating Stars, the Lady Astronaut series, which I brought and I got her to sign at the event. This novel is about a young, brilliant inventor and heiress who is going on her honeymoon on this luxury space liner. There is a murder and her spouse is a retired private investigator. I think they get drawn into this closed setting murder mystery in space. Sounds really fun. That signing was at a bookstore that caters mostly to mystery and thrillers, so I picked a few novels up that are outside of my normal comfort zone. The Haunting of Maddie, which I have actually finished already and really enjoyed. This is set in 1920s England. A young woman is hired on as the assistant of this man who turns out he is investigating a very particular haunting, but the rules laid down by the people who own the barn and the house that's being haunted is that they only want a woman to enter, because if a man enters, the ghost gets extra upset about it. So he hires the main character to act as his assistant and go in, set up the recording equipment so they can try to capture proof of this ghost's existence. The back cover says, Maddie's ghost is no hoax, she's real, she's angry, and she has powers that defy all reason. So basically, Maddie wants our main characters to figure out what happened to her and who's to blame for it, or she's going to keep haunting them, which is gonna be a big problem. I also picked up The Cloisters. My impression of this novel is that it's somewhat of a dark academic setting. This museum caretaker expects to be working at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, but she finds herself assigned to the Cloisters, a Gothic museum renowned for its collection of medieval art and enigmatic researchers. She is happy to indulge the researchers' more outlandish theories, only to find that their fascination with ancient divination runs deeper than academic obsession. This one I'll be getting to pretty soon. Then I also picked up another mystery novel that wound up being book 2, so I need to read book 1. Got book 1 from the library. Grave Reservations. This woman is a psychic and she sort of teams up with a private investigator to solve crimes. Then I have a collection of books. Barnes & Noble was offering them at a 25% discount. A novella, Spear. I was really drawn to the cover of this one. This is a short but powerful queer retelling of Arthurian legend. It's very bite-sized, and I'm going to be looking for more by this author. And the 3 novellas in the Skyward series are combined in this anthology. I enjoyed this series. I wanted it in hardback, and also because I wanted to read the last of the novellas. The titles of the novellas are Sunreach, Read On, and Evershore. So I still need to read Evershore, and then I will be caught up with the series as it stands. I recently picked up Legends and Lattes. This one, once it was picked up by a major publisher, went out of print, and it went off the shelves for a little bit while they were reprinting it. And when it came back to shelves, I was able to get a copy at a discount. And then what arrived today that I'm so excited to read is A Fire Endless, which is the sequel of the duology that comes behind A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I have a reading vlog of when I read book 1 in this duology, and I've been looking forward to this one for months, and it just came today. Finally, I have a couple of my adult Fairy Loot editions. The ones that I've kept are the Fairy Loot edition of Babel, which is just a gorgeous book, various illustrations. And then when you take off the dust jacket, it has a black binding. Then my most recent acquisition that I haven't gotten a chance to read yet, but I'm very intrigued, A Dowry of Blood. This is a story I hear about Dracula's wives, but it never names Dracula. It's basically a letter to him about why the main character kills him. I've heard that this novel, there are strong trigger warnings for abuse, so this one might take me a while to get to because it sounds like it's going to be a pretty heavy read. But it too is a gorgeous edition. I really have to appreciate these editions as art. I have a very strong suspicion of what the December book is going to be in the adult Fairy Loot box, and I'm very, very excited for that one. So far, I've been really pleased with that box subscription service. I like that it just gives a book and not some of the other trinkets. I did skip 1 month. It was a lot more contemporary, and once I realized what the book was going to be, I wasn't so interested in it. But otherwise, the remaining months that I've had the box, I've liked the books. I may not want to keep all of them, but I have enjoyed reading all of them so far. So I'm going to keep on going with it. That's it for the books that I've acquired through the fall season. I'm sure that more will be coming over the holidays. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed taking a look. But as always, don't forget to support your local library. Thanks. Bye.